Rocky theme!
Well, okay.
Well, alright. Hey there, ladies and gentlemen! You all may call me Fair, and I'm joined with...
Skinny Minnie!
And welcome back to Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney's Spirit of Justice.
Woo!
Last time we left off, we revealed the real name of Real Nemu, and we got stuck for whatever reason on Divination Seance, but we got it, and now we're going to show where he was actually killed. And this is something where we figured out like 5 steps ahead. We're trying to get there, so the only place he was killed at was the rebel hideout. So let's present that photo. Yeah. The secret hideout the rebels were using.
The rebel hideout? There was no place for anywhere on the floor for that chamber.
You're absolutely right. There's no place. On the floor, anyway.
Oh!
Then what did the victim see in his... what did the victim see in his final moments, if not the floor of the rebel hideout? This is what the victim saw in his final moments. Now...
Oh my gosh!
What?
How did we not see this before? There are handprints on the one on the right.
What the hell?
I swear I don't remember seeing those.
Me neither. Wow. Well, okay. But I figured this out during the divination seance. I was like, of course it wasn't. Maybe not the floor of the ground. It's maybe this. And that'll make things even true, like the Plume Punisher theme and all that. But regardless, now we don't want to, because now we see the handprints. Don't press the one on the left. You definitely want to push the one on the right, and I was also saying the one on the right too, because the blood was down here too, if you guys remember, on the right there. So let's.
And you questioned like why there wasn't no blood at the crime scene.
Right. So let's go ahead and present the slab on the right. The shaggy green surface the victim saw was one of the moss-covered stone slabs. As you can see, there are 2 distinct hand-shaped impressions in that moss here. I believe the victim was killed while he stood there with his hands pressed against the slab. That does agree with the seance vision. However, one cannot definitely declare they are one and the same.
But
I concur. There is no proof that a murder occurred in the rebel hideout.
indeed, what evidence do you have of this?
I've already shown you the evidence. What do you mean? Please take a look at the second version of the photo I just showed you. You can see the results of the luminol test I performed in the rebel hideout. There is proof positive that someone had been bleeding in front of the stone slab. Is this true? This information has already been provided to the police. Detective Sky, to whom does this blood belong?
Oh, we thought it was the High Priest blood that flowed in from the outside. So we haven't tested it yet.
Then you must do it at once. Yes, that's you.
He just forgot I'm in this. Alright, bye, Pharaoh. You can do it.
No, wait,
bye.
I need you.
Bye.
No, come back. Come back.
Alright, fine. Quit your
Yay.
belly aching.
Yay.
Yes, your majesty. Bye, Emma.
Oh.
12 hours later.
Oh, this is taking forever and a half. Oh, there she is. She's back. Boop, boop. It appears the police have finished testing the blood. Detective Sky, your report, please.
The blood found in the rebel hideout belongs to Perez-a-lot, just like the defense claims.
That's not his real name. Detective Sky, do you realize what your blunder has done to me? When this trial concludes, I want to see you in my prayer chamber. What?
Is it what? You
Uh,
gonna be doing some missionary praying?
Skinny!
Huh?
No! No!
What?
You get on my ass about saying stuff. Wow!
What?
Wow. All I'm gonna say is wow.
I'm talking about praying.
Your ass was not talking about praying. Don't you lie. Wow. And talk about other positions here too. What the hell are you?
What are you talking about?
When this child, okay, we see. Let's talk about this. There, I will. This makes it even worse. There, I will deliver a joyous sermon onto you for 8 hours straight.
Dang!
Dude. The mind's willing, but the body's all sponged and bruisey. My God.
What is wrong with us?
Ooh.
Perverted old people.
Yep.
Alright. Are you at Emma right now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm really sorry, but please, anything but that. Nick, maybe, just maybe, this is the chance we've been waiting for.
Yep, it would seem so. I hate to do this to Emma, but...
Go for it! It's full speed ahead!
The victim was killed in a rebel hideout the day before the purification rite. Then his body was moved to the Plaza of Devotion by someone we've yet to identify. So when we thought we saw Akhlazala praying during the rite, he was already dead!
Ah! Oh! That's why the blood was red when Maya said she saw it.
And that's not all. If he was killed in the inner sanctum, that would explain one more thing. And that would be... how the time of death was made to look later than it actually was. The proof of which was left behind the sanctum. This points to how the time of death was made to appear later than it actually was. And, okay, oh my God. You remember the shoveled out part? The snow? You think maybe he was hidden there?
Could he?
Well, because I'm not sure what other evidence could come here.
This is support. Well,
Hold
we
on.
didn't find a box or anything.
Yeah, but I don't know.
So what would it be?
I was thinking the crime photo, the inner sanctum one, I should say, because a shoveled out area of snow was there.
Oh, so he's probably put in a box.
There, maybe.
Or, oh yeah, you're right. Okay, so present that.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Ha!
Why, these are photos of the inner sanctum? I like you to focus on this one. The proof is right here in this photo. This is how the time of death was made to appear later than it actually was. Do you see how the snow has been removed from this one spot only? That's because it was used to keep the victim's body cold. And that's why the time of death wasn't what it seemed.
The time was mistaken, and the place too. And just what do you believe that proves?
That my client is innocent.
What of her fingerprints on the dagger and the plumed Punisher theme the victim heard? You have failed to address these two key pieces of evidence.
I see your point.
But, Phoenix, come on now. Wasn't this your big chance, Nick?
I'm really hoping that the difference in location can invalidate either the weapon or the theme song from being used as evidence against you.
Actually, that might be possible. At least for one of them.
Really?
What's this? You say you can contradict our... contradict our argument for a key piece of evidence? Very well, let us see you try. Nick, take a good look at the rebel hideout photo.
Oh! The defense can invalidate this piece of evidence. It's the theme.
Yeah!
Remember, this is the stuff I found out like 5 steps ahead.
The plumbed Punisher theme? And how do you intend to support such a claim?
Since a murder had happened in a rebel hideout, there's something there that played the theme song other than my client's strap. It wasn't a strap? Is this true? The item that played a Plume Punisher theme song was this. And we gotta go to the clock. Take that. This is a Plume Punisher alarm clock. I believe the victim heard its alarm going off.
What proof do you have that the alarm went off?
Objection!
We heard it! What proof do you have that it was my client strapped that played the theme song?
Do not twist the facts with your lawyerly wiles. Either way, the accused would still be guilty based off of her prints at the murder weapon. And here is what really happened.
We're still not done with this?
What?
The victim stood with his hands on a stone slab in the hideout. It was the afternoon of the day before the Wright.
Though there have been some twists and turns, that is the truth of what happened.
Ugh! I won't get anywhere until I can eliminate the dagger. Most impressive, your benevolence. I see no inconsistencies anywhere in the prosecution's case. No, there is one. What's this? You still claim there to be an inconsistency?
Try as you might, the outcome will always be the same.
Okay, before I continue on, let's go ahead and lower the volume, because it's gonna boost up again. And
Hopefully you won't have to deal with that mess anymore.
hopefully. It's a little bit of a pain, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so the victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in a hideout. It was the afternoon of the day before the Wright.
What is there to find? He said...
I want to know what this heavy is.
Do you think... Wait a minute. Let me go to the crime scene photo. Oh, no. I was gonna say, what if it was the statue of the warbad when it turns around? But that wouldn't be it.
Because okay, the biggest thing here, it all comes down to that dagger. We gotta remove the dagger, but I don't know how we're gonna do that right here.
Well, what if the dagger wasn't the thing that killed him? What if it was the... No, it can't be the warbad statue because it doesn't make sense.
I feel that the warbad statue has something to do with this, not just...
Well, it's like the rotating thing has to be important because all that blood on it, remember?
Right.
So, if it's not Abbot Immi's blood, then it has to be Nemu's blood. Because I feel like I don't know. There's someone there in the Plume Punisher. Accused. Plunged her knife into the defense's... Well, yeah, the heavy. The accused plunged the knife into the defenseless victim's neck.
But it doesn't explain the heaviness.
Right, so should we point that out?
What statement, though?
The accused plunged the knife into the defenseless victim's neck because the thing is like the she held him down thing kind of disappeared.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so let's try that. So let's go on touch.
Objection!
That was not it. I think we might be on some on the right track. Okay, I got 3 strikes left. That's okay. It's okay. We make mistakes.
But that's okay.
The accused. Okay. Let's read this again. The victim stood with his hands on the stone slab in the hideout. It was the afternoon of the day before the rite. Then someone was there, and the theme to the Plume Punisher filled the air. The accused plunged her knife into the defenseless victim's neck. The blade struck true, and in that instant, he departed from the world.
Oh!
You think he didn't die instantly, or what?
No. The slabs, they look movable. Remember, because they were wobbly?
It is unstable.
So what if he was trying to move it or something, and he fell backwards, and the Warbad statue was actually turned the other way inside the hideout, and he fell backwards. That's why it's heavy, because it fell on top of him.
It was pushing onto him. Oh!
That has to be it.
But okay, now how do we get to that point? We keep figuring out the crime before, like, as it happens. We need to figure out this.
Okay, it's trying to make us think logically by putting the pieces together.
The biggest thing here is we need to remove the dagger from the inconsistency over that. That's the biggest thing here. So it's either it's not the accused plunged her knife into the back. The blade struck true. No, it's one of these two statements. Could it be the site? Because it's the stone slab?
No, that doesn't make sense. Well, Tim stood on the stone slab hideout. The afternoon, the day before the rite. Then someone was there. Themed to the plumed Punisher filled the air. The accused plunged her knife into the defenseless victim's neck. See, look, because heavy looks like it's straining, like it's shaking.
Yeah.
So it seems like he was pushing it.
Right, but actually he was trying to hold back, like the thing was falling on top of him. He's like, no.
So his death was an accident.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Well,
and then someone found it and decided to accuse Maya.
Maybe.
Then that doesn't explain. Oh, yes, it does. Because if he was stabbed in the neck, if he was standing up at an angle, and then it fell back on him, you usually bend your knees to kind of try and push it.
Mm-hmm.
So because of that, he bent over backwards, and his neck hit the Warbad statue.
Right. The thing is, like, do you think maybe they'll present pain on he plunged a knife? Because it wasn't a knife. But no, it's the reasoning. I just want to tell them. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to tell them, guys, no, it wasn't. This is what happened. Screw all this divination seance BS. I know what happened.
Should we say?
I don't know. Guys, let's. I'll be right back when we get this because we're taking so much time here. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I think we kind of figured it out. I believe what Skitty mentioned about what happened to him is true. But it's like, how the hell do we eliminate the dagger? So we are focusing on the wrong statement here. We kept saying, like, oh, it was the accused plunged her knife, the blade struck true. It's like, but we don't think it's the blade. However, there's another thing here. We've never even looked at the heavy portion. Why? What's heavy? Is someone on his back pushing against it? Or is the slab pushing against us? And it says in the first statement that he stood with his hands on the stone tablet. But what's causing the heaviness? So let's go ahead and select heavy on the first statement.
Select that side.
Woo! Yay! Now I gotta fix my audio because it's pretty freaking weird now.
Pretty freaking weird now.
Pretty freaking weird. Come on. 3, 4. No, that's 7. Okay. Almost got it. Yeah, I know, guys. This sucks. What are you gonna do? The victim was originally thought to have been stabbed while bent over in prayer, but he was actually standing with his hands against the stone slab. So the question is, where did that sensation of something heavy come from? Yes, I see your point. Since the victim was standing, he couldn't have been held down. Then tell us, Mr. Wright, what was that heavy sensation felt by the victim? What caused the heavy sensation Zealot felt? Any thoughts, Maya?
I agree. That sense of heaviness seems important, but there's also the matter of Zealot's hands on the stone slab. Why were they even there?
Could it be related to the case of the cause of the heavy sensation?
Yes!
Very well, Mr. Wright, do you have an answer for us or no?
Yes!
Of course! If I just envisioned the state Zealot was in when he was killed. The cause of the heaviness the victim felt was... And like Skinny said, it's the first thing, because if we remember too, it's unstable.
And wobbly.
The only conceivable cause is the stone slab falling over, trapping the victim underneath. What?
Oh! The stone slab came falling down on him, crushing him underneath.
Right. That was the cause of the heavy sensation the victim felt. Wow.
Oh, I forgot he was here.
Yeah, it's like, oh, damn it. While your theory is impressive, you have overlooked a key fact. The victim was not crushed to death. Rather, he was stabbed. Oh yeah. Or do you claim that the dagger was plunged in after the slab had fallen onto him? Plus, had the killer been behind the victim, they would have been crushed together. Well, would you care to explain? Sure, I'd love to, but that doesn't mean I can. Yes, you can, dude! We can!
Phoenix! Come on!
How could a dagger have been plunged in after the slab fell on the victim? The killer couldn't have plunged a dagger into the victim after a slab fell on him. But what if the murder weapon wasn't what we thought it was? Well, there were other weapons in the rebel hideout. But the entrance to the hideout is right by the stone slab. There isn't enough space between the two to use any of the weapons found within. Yeah, that's not much space, but an entrance. There's not much space, but an entrance is there. So what was their real murder weapon then? I better think of something.
If the murder weapon wasn't the dagger, then the dagger must have been plunged into the victim after he was already dead. That means he was stabbed at least twice, but the autopsy doesn't mention that.
Then he must have been stabbed in the same spot when something shaped like a dagger. Oh.
Come on, Nayuta, give this to me. We know this. We know this.
Would the defense care to offer an explanation sometime this century? Wait, wasn't there something dagger-like near the scene of the crime? Something that had a shape similar to the Warbad dagger? That maybe is a Warbad itself?
Phoenix, I'm clapping back at you. Come on, bruh.
Skinny, you're blacking out.
Oh, sorry. What happened? Where are we? Where are we at?
We're presenting.
Oh, okay.
Present your evidence at this time, Mr. Wright. This shows what really killed the victim. Well, I'm tempted. I don't know.
Do you really want to do that?
Kinda, yeah, but let's not. We'll give him a little longer episode today.
Yay!
So, I guess it's the Inner Sanctum photo, huh?
Yeah. Wait.
What? Present.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Is this?
Sorry.
Wait, what?
Sorry, I'm going.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Is this not the photo from the scene of the High Priest's murder? Are you suggesting the murder weapon is hidden herein? This is what really took Pere Zealot's life. And look at all that blood on the
Blood.
warbed. But that's the
warbad statue?
Exactly. The warbad statue has dagger-like feathers protruding from it. That was what really took the victim's life. You imbecilic fool. The statue's outside the hideout. How do you propose to impale someone who was inside? Haven't you heard? The warbad statue also functions as the hideout's door. What do you mean? The statue can pull a complete switcheroo. What? A switcheroo? To put it simply, it's a revolving door.
Whee.
A revolving door? Wow, that makes perfect sense. Therefore, I believe the truth behind the divination seance is to be this. He's doing something. As the victim entered a secret hideout, the stone sculpture came toppling towards him. He's like, oh crap! Oh crap! He threw up his hands to stop it, but its weight forced him backwards. Nope!
Oh.
Unfortunately, the warbad statue was right behind him. Oh!
Ah! This cannot be! But the accused fingerprints were found on the dagger.
She held it while rehearsing for the rite, which is why her prints got on it. Gah! This is a shocking turn of events, but there's a great deal of circumstantial evidence in the defense's favor. I believe we must accept that the warbad statue was what killed the victim. Yay!
Yay!
Its sharp, protruding feathers took Perez-a-Lot's life. It's also a revolving door. Now that we know how Akela-Zalot really met his demise, there's no basis for claiming my victim committed this crime.
Nice work, Nick. How can this be happening yet again? The divination seance is the only truth.
No, your benevolence. It's not the truth itself, but it is a means for shedding light on the truth.
Ugh.
Do you understand now? Your kingdom needs lawyers so that they can interpret your insights.
But that means I have been misinterpreting the voices of the spirits all this time?
Your benevolence! Are you unwell?
Faint!
All the colors drained from your face.
I will be fine. Continue your proceedings without me.
As you wish.
Dang it, now I'm starting to feel a little pity for him.
What did I tell you? You're human, Skinny. You're human!
No!
No.
I mean, what?
What? I knew it. I feel kind of bad for her. Now then, I would have the defense continue. Please explain what you have learned now that we know how the victim actually died. Akela-Zalot was killed in a hideout before the High Priest's murder. That means the body found at Plaza Devotion was moved there by the real killer. But only after the warbad dagger was thrust into him, to make it look like a murder weapon. That does seem to agree with what we know. But why would a real killer go to such lengths? I believe stabbing Akela-Zalot's body with a dagger and moving it to the plaza was... Now I'm gonna stop it.
Yeah.
Whew.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, it was. Look what we did.
We did it.
Yay. So, next time, ladies and gentlemen, we'll answer the question, and we'll see where we can take things, because unfortunately, it's like, we can see that Maya couldn't have killed Praise-a-Lot, or excuse me, Real. The thing is, what about the High Priest murder?
I have a theory. You have a theory. You all get theories. You all get theories.
Oprah, calm down. And,
Oh, sorry.
and don't give me a car either, because I can't pay a property, not the property tax. I just can't pay taxes on it. That's the thing. See, guys. Okay, when you're young, you don't think about the stuff about game shows. It's like, oh my god, I want a vacation. Oh my god, I want a car. Oh my god, I got this and this and that. It's like, no, now you got to pay taxes on that crap before you can even get it. And those taxes can be damn expensive.
Yeah.
So now that I've ruined everybody's lives with just that little fact, let's end the episode. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all next time for Let's Play Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice.
Woo! Bye. I love you. I love you so much.
Okay. Oh, that's why are you whispering it?
I don't know.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day.